Happy Wednesday. Wait, what are we doing? That's right, it's November 1st. There, that's better.
That feels more like it.
Happy Wednesday, November 1st.
Red one for this one. Come on in.
We've had the tree up since October 25th, 2 full months of Christmas this year. And Allison's going to do a little tour during show and tell with how we've Christmas-fied the cabin.
Well, on that note, I'm Allison.
I'm Cinnamon, and together we
we're
are
ready
ho,
for
ho.
Christmas. What did you call me? I do want to quickly say, for those of you out there who might be saying it's way too early to, let me say this.
They won't, because they're finding this in 2029 in July.
We're still thankful for, look, there's the thankful for Thanksgiving, or what I like to say is the halfway point between my Christmas holiday celebrations. I don't like to. So, yeah, you can do 2 things at once.
I address how early is too early in my quotes. And we also, Allison's got we're going to do something very interesting for our wildlife watch. And our current events are going to be very current.
Your earrings.
I'm wearing
wreaths. I love it. And Sydney,
zoom in. It's all free so I can zoom in.
There they are. I'm only one. I have one earring on today, and I can explain that. But I just wanted to say, Cinnamon, you made an authentic hot chocolate with milk instead of water.
I did, and it's
which is how
dark hot chocolate, which I'm not necessarily a fan. Not literally a fan, just not a fan. I've had better.
What is that? Wait, is that the?
I got a little canister from, I think, Trader Joe's. No offense to Trader Joe's. Some people might love dark chocolate, so it's not a criticism. It was dark chocolate, hot cocoa. And I wonder if you're supposed to add the sugar.
Sin, you know what? I was going to say that. I was going to say this. Are you sure this isn't just the cocoa powder?
It is very bitter.
Oh,
Sin. Very bitter.
I have one earring because...
well, this wasn't on my list. Let me just add this really quickly. No. Earring chat. I want to keep it I want to be, I'm the keeper of the schedule. I'm the MC.
The editor for this episode.
And I want it to be
It's a day of episode. When it's a day of, it gets very...
I want to run a tight ship on this
one.
All
right, you know what? We won't...
So, earring, I can give you 10 seconds.
How about this?
Here,
if you comment...
It's that time right now. Go ahead.
Hey, Sin, if you comment earring, I will tell the story the next episode.
Go ahead. No, that's
it's not that interesting.
Please.
We've had a lot of build
10
up.
seconds.
I beg you not to.
You might even have 3 or 4 left.
Honestly, it's not a good one, Sin. I honestly promise you that. But don't leave that part out, and let's see who says it. We will do a close-up that actually Cinnamon did write earring in her 10 seconds. I just want to quickly say the reason I'm wearing one is I had my ears pierced when I was, a teenager or whatever, a kid, a couple years ago. And this one always closes up, and so I went to go get it re-pierced. I was like, you know what, I'm finally just gonna get it re-pierced instead of like re-piercing it myself every few, right? And the woman, the child that was working at the Claire's said, she said, why don't you just leave an earring in that hole for a year? And I bet it will never.
For a whole year?
For a whole year. So
you're gonna leave that horse in your ear for the whole year?
Yes, I am. Oh. What of it? What did that? Did that upset you? I meant in the comical one of it. Not like I'm not challenging you like Annie.
Why would that upset me even a little bit? All right, so you'll see that for our chit chat I've scheduled that we would just kind of touch base on how we've been doing morning walks. Allison always does
sunrise hikes.
A
couple hours after sunrise. Usually about 7 o'clock.
And I prefer to take my little hikes in our forest in the backyard. Backyard's in quotes. It is a forest.
But that's where I hike as well.
Forest is not in quotes. No, I know. I hike in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
And the evenings when it's warmer and when I've woken up. I don't sleep that late. I really don't.
Sorry, pause.
I've been joining Allison on her morning walks because it's bear season, which means the bears are getting ready to hibernate. So they're a little more active, as you'll see in our wildlife watch.
Well, and I wanted to Google what do bears eat because I was like, wow, these bears.
People.
Yeah. Well, they're brown bears and not grizzlies. But I was thinking they are trying to, and you know what? I didn't Google it. So
I read or heard somewhere, someone said that a black bear, the black bears attacking people are so rare, so that when a black bear does attack a person, it is to kill. It's not to eat, but it is to kill.
Well,
there's a reason for
here's what I noted. When we were at our little alpine rescue zoo where they have several black bears, 3 grizzlies, but we'll take those off the table. They feed them lettuce, carrots, kibble. So I wonder We don't have lettuce in the forest. We don't have carrots. What are these bears eating?
Well, they eat a lot of berries.
We don't even have berries.
Someone's leaving a lot of apples next to that watering hole.
Oh, I noticed that. I thought that was for the deer.
It might be for the bears.
Someone is leaving a little bushel of apples every few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who's doing that. Not Parks and Wildlife. Someone is just...
Well, it's definitely the one watering hole in the area, and we have a lot of wildlife, so maybe they know that. I don't know. Anyways,
Yes.
I don't want to go off topic on the...
Well, so all to say, that's how you ended up with the pearls. But it doesn't really make sense because we got a little off topic.
because in my youth, Mom...
I was going to say, just to tee it up, that you've always been a morning walker, even in your childhood.
That's what I was going to say.
That's how you ended up with the pearls.
Because Mom one morning said, I'm heading out for a walk. Whichever of you comes, she's calling up to the stairs. There's 3 daughters. Whichever of you comes with me gets the pearls. And I jumped out of bed and but you know what? Mom has several strands of pearls. And Mom, if you're listening, did I get the real ones? I do have a strand of pearls, but
wow. At least you got a strand.
You have a strand of pearls.
I don't have a strand of pearls.
Do you not?
I do not.
Oh.
I stayed in bed. I turned over and put my covers over my shoulder.
I don't
said,
say that.
In the afternoon.
I don't say that to doubt Mom's generosity. I say that because that was an easy win for a strand of pearls. I love walking in the morning, so it wasn't that. I love walking with my mom, so it was a pleasure.
Mom and Allison like to take really early walks. I love to take walks, just not really, really early. But I've been doing it because I don't want Allison to get eaten by a bear, and we feel like safety in numbers is basically why. Yeah. We do bring a bait dog, or as we like to call him, Max.
Well, I actually just saw a footage recently.
He's not a bait dog.
But he's Great Pyrenees. And I just saw a footage of this guy walking in Colorado or something, and a bear comes out of the forest.
Oh.
Like a bear crosses his path. He's walking along a street. Oh. That looks a lot like a Yellowstone area. Maybe this is all set up. But a bear comes across the street, and his giant Great Pyrenees, which Max is 25%, faces off with the bear. Oh, wow. And the bear swats at the Great Pyrenees. Ooh. And typically a dog would turn around and run away. And actually that does bait the bear. And actually there's footage, we won't show that footage, of a dog, a pit bull running away from a bison. That's another story. But anyway.
Where are we? What just happened?
But the Great Pyrenees steps forward and gets even bigger. And the bear backs up.
It should be noted that Max is 25% Great Pyrenees and 25% Chihuahua.
No, 10% Chihuahua.
Just
his bark.
Just let that joke land. And there was a comedian recently he said, because someone said, well, are all your stories really true? He said, yeah, they're 80% true, and then you have to add 20% hyperbole.
Well, it's creative,
So, but when you have 10%, fact checks you in real time on those.
Stay gentle. But I just wanted to say, I get the impression, first of all, it's a brave Great Pyrenees, but that's what they're bred for. They're bred to protect the fence line.
They're border protectors for the farms. They're farm dogs.
And that's why Max and Honey, I think, are so intense with the coyotes. They are not subtle with those coyotes. That's not on the list.
Here's your reminder. Time to wrap up.
We tried.
All right.
We tried so hard.
Here's your reminder. Time to wrap up.
See, I didn't have chat about Great Pyrenees on my list, so that's where we lost.
That's where we
lost a few seconds. We lost a few seconds with that. Let me just quickly. Alexa, what is the weather today?
The current weather is 30 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect mostly sunny weather with a high of 64 degrees and a low of 25 degrees.
64. We might actually get to turn off our heat in the afternoon.
Oh, that would be scary. I was going to say lovely, but it wouldn't be.
Well, because the prices for gas have gone so far, we really try to be
we're trying to be save the planet,
conservative with our heat.
Yes.
All right. So
I do want to say, if you're noticing, you can see our desk. We switched out a new desk, and I think lifting it up a little, you guys can see.
This is a taller desk, but it's also a folding desk, which is why we did it. So
it's a shorter desk that we've put onto risers.
Let me just.
That's stupid. Do you see what I'm saying? We put it on risers.
But
no!
Earthquake. That's Teddy. So it's Earthquake Teddy Bear. Do they name earthquakes like hurricanes? I guess they don't. If they did, that would be Earthquake Teddy Bear. All right, let's do words of the day. All right.
Words of the day. Words of the day. Words of the day.
So I've got 2 quotes I would like to share today.
All right.
The first one is, Christmas isn't just a day, it's a frame of mind.
Oh, I like that.
And that was from Valentine Davies.
Who's
But-
Valentine Davies?
I don't know. I'll have to
Uh-oh.
Google her. But I have to say, if you start Googling Christmas
I
quotes,
hope she's not a cult leader. I always get worried when we don't look who the speaker is.
well, ignorance is bliss, isn't it? But I would say if you look up Christmas quotes, there's so many beautiful quotes about what Christmas means to people. I would say that's a worthwhile deep dive. But to give that context, from the movie Scrooged with Bill Murray, is this quote. It's Christmas Eve. It's the one night of the year when we all act a little nicer, we smile a little easier, we cheer a little more. For a couple of hours out of the whole year, we are the people we always hoped we would be.
Oh.
And so that's the frame of mind thing. I think to myself, that's why I love having Christmas a little early. I love that sense of like everything's just a little more cheerful,
Yeah.
a little more peaceful.
Sometimes you need a little Christmas, all right? This very minute.
Candles in the dee dee in the spinet, da da dee da 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 da. We don't want to have to pay
All
for
right.
that. All right, Wildlife Watch.
Wildlife
Allison,
Watch.
take it away.
So we were walking. We were taking a hike in the forest. Sin had joined me when I got an alert on my ring that I thought it was our ring that we have to the back forest. So I was like, oh, the coyotes are this early, and no, it was just a mile away. It was a mama bear and her 3 baby bears. So they're getting ready for winter. Adorable, but hungry, I would imagine.
Is there anything more dangerous than a mama bear, they say?
Right? And it's so funny because when we have new neighbors that just moved in next door. It's just their vacation home, so they're only here on a
Weekends.
sprinkling of weekends.
Well,
But
that's what they said, but they've been here.
they've been
basically
here a
every weekend.
lot. We won't go there. But they have dogs,
We've
and
just
our
gotten used
dog
to the
it's just
quiet.
a little.
We've got
It's
used
just
to-
a little bark, bark, bark. You know
You know
how that is. But they said when I was like, oh, do you love the forest? And they were like, yes. When we came to look at the house, we saw a bear, and I thought, what?
At the house?
Yeah, no, about a mile away, but
Well, I was going to say, because
in the neighborhood. They said up the way. They told me where, and it's about a mile. It's probably the same bear, I'm guessing.
Al, I was going to say, when we were hiking and you got the alert for a mile away, it doesn't mean a mile away from us. It means a mile away from our cabin, which we were about a mile away from
Yeah.
in the woods. So we were probably like feet away from that
Well,
mama bear.
And I know where that couple, they said upper,
Uh-huh.
and that's
Allison's out the neighborhoods.
the neighborhood, just to
Preserve-
preserve the bear.
preserve-
And that's where we were. We were up at the top parking lot
Okay.
area. So
We were probably inches away. It probably, if you zoom out or had a drone go up, you'd see like us and like the bear and her 3 cubs.
maybe she was triggering someone's ring because she was leaving the forest and going across the parking lot to get away from us. What's happening here?
Oh, it's
Teddy's
Teddy.
trying to get some logs from the
That's
fire.
earthquake teddy bear back
That's
at
the because we have all the what is it called? Tinder?
Kindling.
Kindling. What's
kindling. I
tinder?
collected some kindling from the forest, just natural little branches that fall along the
Ted,
forest.
no.
And Teddy thinks I brought him a bag full of treats.
He
He's
thinks it's
so
his
excited.
little treat box.
He's so excited. Okay, current events.
Current events. Current events. If you like your raisins, Teddy.
You'll like current events. We went to our little village Halloween festival trick-or-treating event last night. I wanted to see the dog costume contest, which started at 4. So we went a little early so we could see the sort of the tail end, pun intended, of the dog costume contest.
There were
But,
some great ones.
So they close off the village to only pedestrian traffic. So all the streets are closed off. What were some of the favorite costumes that you saw last
Well,
night?
I love this dog in the lion costume. It's hysterical. I love this kid with his it's like a little ice cream stand. Like you can tell he just wanted to do
so
the snack
cute.
stand. So adorable. So
adorable.
much detail.
There was a family. I love when families dress up. There was a family that was doing the Little Mermaid.
yeah.
That was just
very funny.
full commitment. There was also a family where the dad went by. He was Willy Wonka. Yes, he was Willy Wonka, and she was an Oompa Loompa. She fully committed. That was hysterical.
And we didn't get the picture of the kid in the porta potty, but he made his own like cardboard porta potty. I do want to know.
That was hysterical.
Dangling
legs
funny.
as he was walking, carrying it.
Completely
So
homemade,
funny.
very funny, and maybe based on something that exists already. But he made this one himself, and
And
it was very funny.
Very clever.
And I do wonder what it is with the all the kids with their heads in a box. Like that's
Yeah.
got to be something. We won't hit that too hard.
We won't
in
hit it
case
too
it's
hard,
obvious
but we
to-
don't know. Yeah, we don't know
I don't
what
know
that
what
is.
that
It must be a video game or something. I don't know. We're out of the loop on the. We did see a lot of kids with boxes on their heads, like literally, like a kid walked by with just a cereal box on his head.
Oh, I didn't.
Frosted Flakes.
I saw one with a TV.
But
on
the
his
Frosted
head.
Flakes wasn't even like it was Frosted Flakes on its side, just a Frosted Flakes box, and walked by. And I don't know if that's supposed to be like tongue in cheek, like this is my costume I'm wearing, or if that's
Oh, we'll have to Google that because
a reference to something. And
I just saw a lot of it almost looked like TVs on their heads.
Okay, so show and share, and this is show and tell time.
Oh, show and tell.
Show and tell.
Right here to our right, you'll see is our first ever fake Christmas tree. We've always had a real Christmas tree as kids, as children, in our family, then separately as adults. I don't know, in Newport Beach, what did you do?
I've always, and in Germany,
Yeah.
I've always had a real Christmas
Always.
tree. But we knew that we were putting it up early, and we didn't want it to dry out and become a fire hazard.
Well, last year we put it up just at the end of November,
and it was a real tree, and
it was like it was like you shook it and all the nails fell off. It was like sticks by the time December rolled around.
It was definitely fire kindling.
It was so scary. So we were like, okay, we know we're putting up the tree super, super early. So first of all, they're not even selling real trees yet. Yikes. But second of all, we don't want a fire hazard when this whole cabin could go up in flames.
And it's made of wood, so.
And is next to the forest. So we it's our first fake tree, and so far pleased, would you
Yes.
say? So that's the tree, but here's a little desk tour. You'll notice it changes a little bit each time because obviously we set it up for each episode or every 3 episodes, wink. But you'll see that's our little desk set up, the
And
pumpkins.
because it is a taller desk, because it's on risers,
you can actually see it.
you guys can actually.
Then you'll notice we have the new mantle. Cinnamon designed the autumn mantle, so I had the pleasure of designing
The
our
November.
our Christmas mantle.
We
We'll
said
see.
in December I get to design.
We said that originally, but I thought Sim's not going to want to add to this beauty. Let me just take you
Or
you
will
through.
I?
That's our show and tell.
All right, Lovey, we are thinking about you. Can't wait to hear about last night, Love Bug, and how you did with your first Halloween off the mountain.
And when we Zoom Lovey now, it's so cute. She says, "Love you," and she does
does
this,
the same
and
shout-outs
she's
that we do.
watching. Love you, love.
Love you, Love Bug. Everyone else, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and your Thursday. We'll be back here on Friday when Allison's got some games.
Oh, I've got some things up my sleeve.
You've got some game, Allison.
I have got games. And please remember to do unto others
as you would have them do unto you.